Hey guys, what is up? This is Kool-Aid Man 735 here showing you a tutorial on how to build an intricate trap to trap zombies and such. So what we have here is a lot of redstone stuff and a switch, and that's the recipe for destruction, right? So anywho, without further ado, let's start this. So what happens is press the switch and monsters come out. Simple as that. Actually, not really, but to me, it was pretty hard to make, but for other people that are good with redstone and stuff, it's just an easy build. Like, it's a really easy build, actually. So, over here, I'm going to show you what to do. And it's easier to build off the, not off the ground, but more higher up in the air. So if you give yourself some space to build up in the air, you should do fine, easier, and whatnot. So, you just build away here. Just keep building. Just keep building. And right here, you want to build a bit long, and also you want to build up to around to the 7th or 8th block. Now I'll tell you why in a little bit, and it will be very important to have it at that part. So what you do next is just fill in the blanks and just keep building until you have a perfect rectangle that's 7 by however long you want it. So yeah. So now that we're almost there, what we do now after this is we build the water source. So what you do here, test out to see how, like, you need to test to make sure that the block is 8 blocks out, so you kind of need to do something to fix that too, because apparently that happens a lot. So okay, there we go. So the water has to stop right there. If it stops too far, it's not good. If it stops too close, it's not good. So you need it to be exactly 8 blocks away. So you're gonna have to sort of blockade the water here. Build a nice little canal for the water to stay in, just for now. So now, after we build our canal, we put the water in, and that is the next step of the project, and probably the easiest step. So right here, we're going to add our sticky pistons. So what we're going to do is build 2 up right here, and then you're going to put your sticky piston right next to that block. So you want your sticky piston to face downward like that and go all the way down the canal so it looks exactly like that. So now that you have that done, what you do next is you kind of like cover up the water so there's no sunlight hitting inside of the building when you are wanting to get your monsters to or the monsters to spawn. So the only way they spawn is if there is no sunlight, so you cover it up. And then the next step, if you want to actually build a little more, since this is only like 5 or 6 blocks wide, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's only 6 blocks of width and however long length. So if you want to do something to fix that, you need to build down actually another level, so the water will keep flowing down and it will create more space for monsters to spawn in. But what you do here, since this is the 8th block and the water doesn't flow down anymore, you want to destroy that so the water will flow down to the next block below it. So you have to make sure that you don't do that mistake, or else the monsters will stop right there and not go out further. So you need to make sure this one is at least 8 blocks then. So once this one is 8 blocks outward and finish it up, you are done with this step 2. this part. Next part is to actually fill up the block with the walls, so we can actually have this sort of structure built already. So we're gonna build the walls pretty much the same height. It doesn't really matter until the very edge right here, which I'll explain later, but for now we're just gonna build the walls as high as the pistons are, and let's hope for it to work good. I don't know. So I wish I could speed up the process, but you know, I'm a noob, so for me to actually find something that works like this is completely like odd. I'm awed by it. Like, I don't know how I do it. So also you want, right here I forgot to mention, you want to add the redstone repeaters here. Actually not right here, but the next line down. I accidentally got rid of the blocks I wasn't supposed to, so I just start to redo that, and what you do here is actually get rid of these blocks instead. So never mind the first part and just do the second part. So we'll add the repeaters and stuff later when we're gonna configure our redstone stuff. And right here we're gonna add our second line of pistons, but I realize it's a mistake until it's too late, so please excuse the mistake here. So yeah, I kind of added the, I can't even think right now, the sticky pistons. They don't go right there, so do not pay attention to this part. This part of the video is bad, so don't pay attention. So then I just start to realize right about here that I messed up, but don't worry about it. Just keep going, keep on trucking. So right here, after you built that layer, like 2 layers above, or that's like the third block up from where the monsters can walk, you want it to be that level so they can walk, or they can go right through it. So yeah, right here I mess up, and then I realize my mistake. You want it to be directly 1 block below the floor the monsters spawn on. So just making sure that this is 8 blocks outward, because I don't want to make a mistake now. If I do now, then it's too late. So it is 8 blocks out. That's the amount of blocks you want it. So what you do here is you add your pistons 1 block below the floor the monsters spawn on. So you want to just finish that up right there, and there we go. So now that we have that done, now we go on to redstoning the whole entire building. Actually, first let's just finish roofing, then we'll redstone the building. So pretty much it's really time consuming, nothing else. It's really easy once you get it down. Like, there's a lot of things that could, like, it could throw you off a little bit, but other than that, it's pretty simple. I do not expect anybody to do this in a survival. That would take ages just to collect all the material. I know how long it takes to do that. It is excruciatingly long to do, especially collecting all the slimes, because slimes are not the easiest things to find in the world of Minecraft. So, also another thing you notice, you see that light in the background of the very back of the building there? You don't want light at all to show back there, because that is not good, because the monsters won't spawn. So what you do to fix that is, hold on, let me fix this patch here. What you do to fix that is you just put a block right above the sticky pistons, because apparently light still emits through between it, so light will shine through it, and I don't know how, but it does. So right now we're going to add the redstone to the bottom layer of the sticky pistons. So what you want to do is build like a platform to put the repeaters and redstone wire on it. So make it like 2 wide and however long your pistons are. So what you do here is you add a repeater, to each piston. So it's something like that. I don't know why I do that. It just seems like it'd be more simple. It's something with cable management to me. Like it seems like you're managing each cable and it doesn't get like misplaced or anything. Like I don't know. You could do however you want, like however you think it'd work, but this is how it works well with me. Because sometimes, like when I built this, what happens is the wire, like it won't shut off after so often. Like every so often, the wire after you turn off, even if you turn off your trap, it will still be on, and then parts of the pistons will still be up, and it won't work as good as it should. So I just find it very efficient to use the redstone repeaters like that. It doesn't matter, it works that way. So yeah. So afterwards, you want to build the staircase down, and then you want to build redstone wiring and repeaters so you have a long enough connection, and you want to build it out as far as even as possible and then connect them. So this right here, right in between, you want to put your lever. So just to check if it works, you turn on your lever and see the bottom row should completely go up like that, and if it doesn't, then you need to fix it and look back on the video. So step 2, we build a staircase up from our old cables that went from the bottom wiring to the bottom pistons, and then you build a staircase up to where the top pistons are. So you just build it up right there, and what you want to do right here is kind of get the repeater as close as you can to the first piston as possible, so you don't have to worry about the cable running out within the halfway mark. So I was trying my best to find a way how to do it, then I realized that the redstone will actually trigger the pistons like that, so I didn't need the redstone repeater, so I could just do that. So I added a redstone repeater right there because it was most convenient. So then all you have to do is run the redstone wire all the way across the pistons and pretty much do the same staircase on the other side. So the other redstone repeaters can interact with the redstone or the pistons. So what you do here, since the cable wasn't getting enough power, just add a repeater. If you don't have any power, if you don't have enough power, always add a repeater because they help out a lot. So, and there, that should be pretty much it with the front side. And now the back side, where the water is, you want to add redstone wiring here. And actually, you might need if you have redstone, since the piston is right underneath the top block, the highest block there, you do not need to add at all the repeaters. You could just let them run through like that, and they should all trigger. And to see if this works, actually hold on, I kind of messed up here. I just realized I messed up a lot in this video. Please excuse my mistakes, and I will punish myself later. So all you have to do, if you see this, just add blocks there so it just blocks sunlight. It doesn't matter because Enderman won't be the Enderman can't even go through it anyways because water will just make them teleport, so it doesn't even matter. So to see if this works, you press a switch and the water should be flowing out with the monsters, and the monsters should fall down, and you can do pretty much anything at this point. Like you could build your own little trap here. So see what I did here? I built like a canal for the monsters to go through that fall into a lava pit, just because I want to see them pay for all the pain and suffering I've done in survival mode. So, without further ado, push the button, watch the water come out, and unfortunately there's only one creeper in here today, but we get to watch him burn. So, to see this work perfectly, he just drops right into the second canal, and from the second canal he should drop into the lava. And the glory of this is it's 2x2. It's a 2x2 hole, so spiders can fit in there and everything. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video.